Welcome to Show Up and Glow. My name's Jalen. This is my cozy corner, a space created just for you to tune in and chill out. If this interests you, I invite you to find some headphones, a quiet space, and join me for a calming and comforting experience. If this is not for you, that is okay. I appreciate you stopping by. As you notice yourself enjoying your stay, please be sure to like and subscribe for more of this calm and cozy vibe. Now let's get started. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to do something a little different today. Something I've been thinking about, wanting to talk about on the channel. And this is truly going to be like story time today. So, buckle up. But first, I need to use my Aveda Stress Fix. You know my love for this, if you're an OG. Also, if you're new here, and this is the first time you're stepping into the Cozy Corner, this video is a first for me. It is not my first video, but it is the first of its kind. So, please browse the library to find out what else we do here. There's something about this lotion that I haven't shared with you guys. One, you know that it's still almost out and I'm like savoring every last bit because it is a pricey lotion. And when you start getting to the bottom of it, I'm like, I don't want to buy a whole new one yet. I want to savor this one. But there's something I haven't told you about this lotion. This lotion, the scent takes me back to a very life-changing time of my life. It's when I first found this scent to help me get through that very life-changing time of my life. And this scent really does help ground me into a sense of like control, comfort, and stability, because I could turn to this lotion during that time and knew that it was going to help me feel those certain ways, calm, the moment I put it on. But during that time, I also felt like at that moment, everything had kind of been rocked. Everything was just on this certain path in my life, and then this event happened and rocked everything. Just really shook it out. In tarot, we call it a tower moment. There's a card in the tarot deck that's the tower, and it was that in my life, one of them, where everything shook out. And after coming up for air once, I fell to the ground and, metaphorically came back up, fell underwater, I guess, then, because I would be coming up for air. once I came back up for air, I wasn't really afraid of things that I had been afraid of up until that point. Up until that point, my biggest fear was what was happening. So I was already then living through a tremendous fear of mine, a tremendous moment I was constantly trying to avoid, wishing would never happen. So at that time, fear turned into something very different for me, because I was now looking at fear in the face. I was now very much out of my comfort zone with life and with how I saw my life going. And it almost made me bold. I wouldn't say almost, it did make me bold in the way that this tremendous fear I had about a moment that I was living through, that was happening, I realized that I was still going to keep going on with my life, and that I couldn't let that stop me. And this is part of life, that what I was going through. So at that time, I was really looking fear in the face and being like, what's next? Come at me. What do you got now? Like, I was just so bullying it almost. And I wanted to bring this up today because I've been thinking a lot about comfort zones and how this moment in my life changed my comfort zone for the trajectory of my path. How this one decision to get out of my comfort zone in a major way has led to years of open doors, fearlessness, comfort in the unknown to a certain point. It's not always easy, breezy. Look what we found. I knew we were going to have a little water to the side because I'm going to talk this whole entire video. She was tucked away. She's back. It's been a very long time. That was quite the hefty drink. So, I want to talk about getting out of your comfort zone today and share with you, dear Cozy Corner crew member, an experience of mine that I took to get out of my comfort zone that has, like I said, opened up doors and changed everything in my life. So, when I was going through this bullying fear stage, like, come at me, fear, like, what you got, fear? Fear said, oh girl, I got you. I know you were afraid of what you're going through now, but let me remind you, you're also afraid of improv. Yes, that's right. Fear said, you're also afraid of improv comedy. You're also afraid of getting on stage and making a fool of yourself. And you know what? You're also afraid of making a fool of yourself all the time. I can't imagine you making a fool of yourself in front of people you don't even know, or people you know. I can't imagine you going to an improv class because you're so afraid of that. And to be quite honest, I don't think you'll ever not be afraid of that. So, that's what I have. So I was like, all right, fear. You're right. I am afraid of that. And you know what? You know what, you bully? I'm going to challenge you. Yeah, I want to challenge that fear. Deeply fearful of improv. Deeply fearful of what people thought of me at that time, up until that time. Deeply fearful of making a fool of myself or coming across silly or stupid or weird or not funny or whatever, just afraid of it all. So, in the heat of my bullying back to fear, I signed up. I got on the internet and I was like, improv near me now. And then I found it. And then I was like, okay, well, let me see when it starts. And it started a month later. And I was like, okay. And then for that entire month, fear, comfort zone just wanted to hug me like a big old cloud. Comfort zone just wanted to wrap its cloud arms around me and be like, no, do not go there. What are you doing? And fear was just laughing the whole time, like, you are going to make a fool out of yourself. This is going to be a disaster. I can't believe you're going to do this. How dare you do this? Fear and I were going at it, and comfort zone just wanted to keep me so safe and say, no, you've already gone through enough. What are you doing? Just calm down. Just be here. Just calm down. And it wanted to keep me safe. And I thought, you know what? Both of y'all need to shush. Just. So, first day of class, there were 27 of us in there from all walks of life, all ages, all genders, all races, all backgrounds, all shapes and sizes. Everybody was in this class. It was going to be an 8-week class. Every Sunday I was going to go and see these people for 3 hours. And then at the end of the 8 weeks, we were going to get on stage and perform together. In front of our friends and family, in front of more strangers. And I thought, oh my God, what have I done? That first class when they want you to go around and say your name with an adjective that starts with the first letter of your name to describe yourself, and you got to think on the spot, what word begins with J besides Jalen? There's no other word in the alphabet that has the word J and can describe me. All those things, quick, we're going around the circle. And all the silly, stupid improv games that I just, make me cringe and feel sick to my stomach, that I knew we'd have to play. And then what was the class going to be like? Was I going to have to perform in front of these people, or was it going to be easy, or were they going to throw you in there? Fear. But when you're in the class, you're doing it. You can't just be like, I'm just going to be over here on the wall. Post it up. Don't worry about it. You have to be in it. So I was in it. I was in it for 8 weeks. And when it came time to perform, we had to come up with a group name. And at that point, after 8 weeks, I felt really confident to speak in front of my peers. And I said, I think our group name should be called A Mixed Bag of Nuts. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all were there together. We were just a mixed bag of nuts from all walks of life. Trying improv for our own reasons. Everyone had their own reasons. Some were to get better at public speaking. Some were they wanted to be an actor. Some just wanted to get out of their comfort zone, like myself. And some really had no idea what they were walking into, but they were there. So, we performed to our friends and family at the end of 8 weeks. I could not tell you what the entire performance was about. Have no idea what we said. I have no recollection of it at all. We are so present and you're so in it. Time is weird in that moment. There is nothing I remember from that at all. I don't remember the nerves. I don't remember the premise. I don't remember the classmates' names. And after we walked off that stage and my family was there to support me, knowing how big of a fear this was for me, we go out to dinner and they're like, wow, that's so great that you did that. You know, how does it feel? And I said, I'm going to do all 5 levels. Come again? What was that, Jalen? You're going to do 4 more levels of this? And I said, yes. Now that I have done 1, I am going to go through all 5 levels, 8 weeks long each, and I'm going to do them back to back. Because after that, I had nothing else to be afraid of, I thought. I've already done it. Done it 1 time. I can do it 5 more times, 4 more times at that point. I could do it. And in that moment of moving through that comfort zone and that fear of improv, I know it can be cringe, and I know some people are like, I would never. I was you. I see you. I was you. I could never. So much confidence. So much looking fear in the face. That bullying it back, being like, what's next? Again. And when I decided I wanted to do the next 4 levels of that, fear got real quiet. Fear just kicked its feet up, crossed its arms, and was like, all right. Almost calling my bluff again, like, we'll see. You'll be scared again. And sure, yeah. At the beginning of every new class, there was a new nervousness or anxiousness, excitement, if you will, of not knowing who was going to be in the class, the teachers, that final show at the end. All of that definitely played into, what you would call fear. Fear could have stopped me from doing it. But comfort zone, my nice little cloud of comfort zone that wanted to hug and protect me, was kind of happy. Like, comfort zone felt, oh, she's okay. It's not that bad. It's not so scary. That's okay if she wants to do more. We're here for her. Like, comfort zone, we're here for you. We'll stay back. But comfort zone changed. And comfort zone began to feel expansive and bigger, not small and restricting me. And so, level 2, wouldn't that be so funny if I went through all 5 levels and I just talked for 45 minutes about it? I will not. It's basically like watching an improv show that you didn't sign up for. But level 2, there were 4 of us in the class. 4. That's 8, but this is 4. There were 4 of us in the class. That was a whole new challenge, to do improv with 3 other people for 8 weeks and then do a show with them. And it was one of the funniest shows we had because of the little group we created. Again, I don't remember any of these shows. I just remember the energy of those moments. It took me 1 whole year, about a year, to complete all the levels. And I tell this story because it completely changed my life in so many ways I never thought when I initially signed up for it. I initially signed up because, like I said, I wanted to prove it to myself. I wanted to prove it to fear. I wanted to get comfort zone off of me a little bit. I wanted to see what I was really made of. I wanted to see how far I could push myself into something that doesn't maybe seem so scary to someone else, or maybe seems terrifying to someone else, but it was terrifying to me, and that's all that mattered. It opened up job opportunities. It opened up acting opportunities. It opened up YouTube. It opened up my ability to feel comfortable no matter where life takes me, no matter who I'm put in front of, no matter who I meet, no matter what, honestly. Improv, like stress to everyone I meet, you should do improv. You should. It will change your life. It will change your life if you go in saying, what do I have to be afraid of, really? So I want you to think about that. We're approaching, here where I live, summer months, and summer months can bring a fresh kind of energy, a real buzzing energy. And now's a perfect time to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Try something that you're like afraid of a little bit, but not like in a bad way, more like in an inquisitive way. You know, I was curious about improv. I was curious why I was fearful of that. And I knew I had to go through it to understand it at the end. And yours can look like whatever you want yours to look like. Like, I have new ones now. You know, once I got past that, honestly, there was a lot I really wasn't afraid of anymore because it was a really, really big one holding me down. And I know we all have them in our own way. And so I wanted to ask that you start looking at that and maybe try it on for a little bit. Maybe explore that fear, that comfort zone. Have that conversation with fear who wants to bully you about something that you're curious about, and try it. I can't guarantee the same results as me. However, I know that whatever yours is, on the other side of that is going to be a change that you did not see coming. And that I can guarantee, because that's what happens. And I know that's a cliche saying, like, what is it? Like, change is on the other side of fear, like something is on the other side of fear. Like, once you push past it, everything opens up. I do believe that now because I've done it. Back then, I wouldn't have really believed that. And before that event in my life that was really rocking my world, I definitely wouldn't have believed that. I would have said, absolutely not. Keep everything the same. I am super happy right now. My life is fantastic. Do not change a thing. I would never do improv. I am happy. And then something rocked it. And then I was left to say, okay, now what? Now what? What is that saying? Something's on the other side of fear. Leave me a comment below. And also, leave me a comment below if you have stepped out of your comfort zone in a way that changed your life, or made you see things a little different, or gave you a special deep confidence that only stepping through that fear can give you. Please let me know below. I love to hear what regular people like you and me are doing in our lives. It's beautiful. So, this was a super different video today. But I'm okay with that. Because I think sharing fears people move through and challenges they overcome encourages and allows other people to do the same. And I definitely looked up to people at that time of my life. Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, specifically, were on my vision board at the time. And I absolutely loved and respect them. And they did improv. They stepped out of their comfort zone. And that's just, it's important to share stories. So that's one of mine today. Thank you for being here with me today. You could have been anywhere on YouTube, and you chose to be here in the cozy corner, listening to some girl ramble on and on about improv comedy. I will say, in level 4, I had one of the funniest improv comebacks. It would not be funny if I told you right now. Actually, it probably would, because it ate. It was so funny. And the sad part was the teacher didn't get the joke, but my classmates did. And I take that back. That wasn't the sad part, that was the best part. Because in level 4, I hit a zinger so good in class with everyone. They lost it, and the teacher didn't get it. And that was my favorite memory out of almost a full year of doing improv. It was like, oh, I've always had this all along. Just like they say in The Wizard of Oz, you've always had the power, my dear, all along. And you have too. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'll see you again real soon.